Hello, everybody. Sorry, I got something in my throat just as as everything went live. Let me see if I can get me up and going. Here we go. All right. If you are here, please say hello in the comments. I love saying hello. I am Ashley Chance Fox, founder and creator of Balanced Worthy. Welcome. Happy Saturday. I hope you are having a great morning. Still something in my throat. I try not to drink things and eat things while I'm on a live, but I just might have to. If you were here, please say hello in the comments. I love saying hello to you guys. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, good morning. Let me see on the off chance if I can see the comments on my computer. Didn't think so. It's fine, it's all fine. Hi, Aunt Ginger. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, so I don't know where you are in the world, but where I am, it is cold. I have been cold for the last couple of days, and I will be cold until April. I have 3 layers on. Fleece, yoga pants, tennis shoes, socks and tennis shoes, and a blanket. I am done with winter already, and it's just November 1st. So I don't know where you are, but I hope that you are staying warm and cozy wherever you are. Ginger says cold here too. Yeah, I'm done with it already. I live way too far north of the equator. Period. End of story. I need to move south for sure. All right. So a couple of things. If you are getting my emails, please make sure that you are opening them at least occasionally. I go through them at the first of the month. So this afternoon I'm going to go through them, and if it's called idle or something like that. So if you have not opened them, I will delete you after 120 days of not opening any emails. So if you're on my email list, please make sure that you are opening emails. If you want to be on my email list, please let me know. I'll be happy to send you the link, or I will, if you are, obviously you're on here, you should have gotten a welcome message. Well, I guess I should say, depending on when you joined, I send everybody a message and send them a list of the things that I offer through Balance Worthy, so you could have gotten it there too. But either way, make sure you're opening my emails as you go. All right, so let's just hop to it. This month, we are talking about rooted in gratitude, being rooted in gratitude. And I thought that was appropriate. Obviously, in the United States, it's Thanksgiving. It's getting close to the holiday season. And it's just a good thing to do, is to be rooted in gratitude. So today we're specifically talking about how we tend to forget, how we tend to autopilot our lives and just go through life and not be thankful and grateful. So I guess the first question I want to ask, good morning, Teresa, glad you're here. The first question I want you to think about is, when was the last time you realized that you were on autopilot? When was the last time you realized that you were on autopilot? And it's so easy to do, right? Because we are creatures of habit. That's what humans do. It's like, you have your own morning routine. You have your own day routine sometimes. You have your own night routine. So we get so caught up in the next thing. It's easy to put things like get up, go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, take a shower, or whatever your morning routine is. So sometimes we get just in that habit. We get in that process. I live very close to my workplace now, but when I was younger, I had about a 15 to 20 minute drive to go to school. And whenever I started driving, where I lived, it was, rural West Tennessee. And so going from, I went to school in the county next to us. where I lived. And so that drive, and there were mornings that I don't remember how I got to school. Like, I know I drove myself, right? I know that I probably had on music or whatever, but my mind was elsewhere, right? So that's what I want to talk about today, is feeling like that we are not connected as well with our body or our mind, because we are rushing through the to-do list, the morning routine, the night routine. And again, trust me when I say I like having a schedule. I like my habits. I like being, I get up at this time. This is what I do in the morning. And when it gets jacked up, whew, it takes me for a loop. It really does. I like the things in order. However, one thing we got to think about is, what can we do to bring ourselves back centered, right? Because we are heading into a busy season of the year, right? I feel like it starts with Halloween. At least in the United States, we go from Halloween to Thanksgiving, and then directly into Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas. I mean, all the things, and then New Year, and then we go into Valentine. I mean, so it's just, I feel like this few months is just a little hectic. Maybe you're wondering what I mean when I say autopilot, and things that are signs maybe that you are living in autopilot or not necessarily being mindful, being present. One of which, and I think it's our generation. I'm knocking on the 50 door, so there's my age. But the constant busyness and the multitasking, because I think we were raised that if we weren't doing something, we were being lazy, right? We had to be productive at all the times. We talked about that last month. Another part of living on an autopilot is feeling disconnected, whether that's with yourself, whether that's with other people. Forgetting small details and losing track of time. I am very conscious and aware. I don't know where I got it, but I'm very conscious and aware of time. Like, I can wake up in the middle of the night without looking at the clock, and I can pretty much tell you what time it is for the most part. I'm very good with time. So that doesn't affect me. That's not a thing for me, but forgetting small details does. And as somebody who is detail oriented and is very, organized, sometimes living on that is part of it. I mean, it's little things like my husband discovered this recipe, and it's literally a one pot deal, right? You just put it in this glass dish, and then you put the stuff in it, and it's a pasta dish. And so I put everything in there, and and I shoved it in the oven, and yada yada yada. And my husband comes up for dinner, and he looks at it, and he looks at me, and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Where's the pasta?" Totally left the pasta out. It was a great sauce, so all I had to do was cook the pasta. But it's little things like that, like it just slipped my mind, right? Some of that is because we are busy. Some of that is because we have other things on our mind. Some of that is because we are distracted, whether that's, a big thing that I do, especially on the weekends, is scroll. I'm a huge scroller. Social media has taken me over, and I'm trying to get better at that, which is, if you saw if you're a friend of mine on here, you saw that I asked for classes in my area for crochet, because I want to do something with my hands. I want to do something that's creative. I want to do something that once I start understanding and doing it, that maybe I could, give gifts by doing it. I do that with, my baking already, I make lip balms and things like that with essential oils. And so I make things. And so I wanted to learn how to do that. It may or may not take off. I don't know. We'll see. I have my first project. It's sitting in the living room today. It's football day in our house. And so, because we don't watch pro, we only watch college. And so we'll watch that today, right? Anyway, So, one of the things I want you to think about this week is what are the things that you can do to pause and feel more awaken to the things that you are doing in your day to day life, right? So, maybe it could be pause before a meal and take one deep breath of thanks, right? Thanks for whomever cooked it. Maybe it's you. Thank yourself. Thanks for the people that grew the food, that picked the food, that brought you the food, whatever, packaged the food. Just take a breath of thanks, right? Another thing it's easy to do for me where I live right now is to look for something beautiful outside and be thankful for it, right? Because I've said this before, I think last week too, on a live, that this is the latest we've had leaves in a long, long time. Usually they're bare by now, or at least very few are holding on, but they are just now turning here, which is really strange. So it's easy to look outside and say, I am thankful and grateful for this gorgeous tree. The leaves are changing. Our front yard looked like a golden. I felt like I was, follow the yellow brick road because all the leaves had fallen and our whole front yard was yellow. Speak gratitude out loud, and I love this. Y'all know, if you've been here for a while, you know that I have a practice of every single night before I go to bed. I write 5 things that I'm grateful for that day. And because I don't know who said it, I wish I knew who to contribute this to. But years ago, someone had said it, and it hit home to me. What if you woke up tomorrow with only the things that you were grateful for today? And that hit. Because sometimes life gets so busy that we forget to be thankful and grateful. So I really thought about, gosh, what if I woke up this morning and only had the things that I was grateful for yesterday? What would I have been grateful for? So you can journal every single night. I have a journal beside my bed. I do it right before I go to sleep. 5 things. 5 things. Whatever that is for you. And trust me when I say, there are some days that I just fall into bed, I open my notebook, and I literally say, I write out the same things that I was thankful for yesterday. It happens, right? And then there are some days that I put more than 5 things because I have the time, I have the bandwidth, all the things. So stop, pause, and recall the things, the moments of the day that made you pause, made you smile, made you grateful and thankful. And they don't have to be awe-inspiring things. It could be, I'm thankful that I woke up. I'm thankful that I took a shower. I'm thankful that I had a meal to eat. It does not have to be earth-shattering things, but important and heartfelt and intentional. That part is important. So this week, as you go through the week, think about, and maybe even journal. I love journaling, and I'm not, this is not about a journaling class or anything like that. But, one of the things that you could think to do, other than your 5 things that you're grateful for, you could term it as, what am I grateful for right now that I've been overlooking? What are things that you're grateful for that I've been overlooking? And it hit me this morning. My husband and I got in a little discussion. We don't really fight. We've been together for so long. We don't really fight. I call it a discussion because one of us, was misunderstood or, unheard and unseen. And so we had a little discussion. But he knows that I'm having some hip and knee and ankle problems, and that I've been in quite a bit of pain. And he has been doing more around the house and trying to do things to help me and try to be supportive. And I have overlooked that. I have overlooked that. And so I need to go back, sit down, and I need to say I'm grateful and thankful for the things that my husband is doing to support me, whether that is with my health journey, whether that is with work, whether that is with the business, whatever that is. Be grateful and thankful for that, right? Another question you could ask yourself is, where in my life can I slow down and appreciate what already exists? Sort of the same thing. What have you been overlooking? What can you appreciate that already exists? But I think the key of that is, where can you slow down? Because, like I said, we know we're getting into that season where it's hustle and bustle, and we've got to feel like we got to please everybody and do all the things and buy all the things and go all the parties. You can be grateful that you were invited and you don't have to go. They're not mutually exclusive, right? They can be, or is it mutually inclusive? Y'all know what I mean. You don't have to do the thing. You can say thank you for the invitation and no thank you, I will not be attending. It's okay. It is okay. And you don't have to give a reason, right? You can be thankful that you were invited, right? So this week, think about, where are you on autopilot? Where can you slow down? When can you be grateful? How can you be grateful? And it does not take long at all. It does not. And I truly believe, and if you disagree, please feel free to comment. But I truly believe that when we put out that gratitude, when we put that out there, it's going to come back to us. The good is going to come back to us. We put our energy into the gratitude and the positivity is going to come back to us. Just like if we continue to put into the negative, that negative is going to come back to us, right? So think about it in terms of, what am I putting out there? Because I want the good to come back to me. I don't know about y'all. I want the good to come back to me. I don't want the negative to come back to me, right? Okay, so if this type of thing is of interest to you and it's resonating with you, this month in Embracing Me, which is Thursday night group, a wonderful group of ladies, and we are excited to have you, if you are ready to join us. We meet on Zoom, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour. Like I said, I'm very aware of time, and I want to respect everybody's time. But this month, we're talking about confidence from the inside out. Confidence from the inside out. And this came from, this is a shift from my original sort of what I was looking at for November, because of the ladies in the group. They sort of guide me. They guide me and tell me sort of where they want to go, even though they don't always say, I want to go here, here, and here. They don't usually tell me that way. I usually get it from like, oh, I see a theme here, and so let's just sort of shift what I'm doing so we can cover this in class. I say class. I don't mean for that. Just say like I'm teaching. Thursday night is about getting clear with yourself, acknowledging your emotions, working through those emotions through emotional freedom technique or tapping, through writing or journaling, and through meditation. And it is a wonderful group of ladies who are working on themselves to heal, to live the life that they deserve to live. Because life throws a lot of things at us. And I think it's great because we do have our ages in our group on Thursday night range from 22-ish to 70-ish, mid-70s. So what a great span. what great life lessons. And if you think we learn a lot from our older ladies that are in there. However, we also learn things from the young ones too. So it's a great combination of old and young and blending those together. But this month, sorry, going back to that, we're going to talk about confidence from the inside out. We're going to talk about negative self-talk and how to reframe negative self-talk. We're going to talk about what are the things that drain your energy and your confidence. We're going to talk about building a positive inner language that strengthens your own self-trust. And we're going to try to grow that a little bit before the holiday season, so maybe it's not so hard this year, because I understand family can be difficult, family can be hard. So that's what we're going to try to do. So if you're interested in that, I will leave the link down below afterwards. Feel free to join us. There's no long-term commitment. You can hop in, see what it's all about, and then if it's your thing, feel free to stay. If it's not, you can jump out at any time. But yeah, I feel like we've really gone to know each other, and we love new folks to come in and join us, and we care about each other. So if you're interested in that, come join us. Teresa says, come and join us. You will love it. Yep, you will. It no matter how many times I don't feel energized about group sometimes, because it's a Thursday and it's my long day at work. And so on Thursday nights, I'm like, oh, it's a group. Sometimes, not gonna lie, I'm human. And then I sit down, I get mentally prepared, and then the ladies hop on the Zoom, and then it's like instant change, because I get to see the ladies, we get to laugh, we get to heal, we get to be together, and it's just great. It's absolutely just great. All right, everybody. Oh, I have a card. I'm glad I'm holding it, because I totally would have forgot, and I love this. So the card this week is beauty. And I love this because immediately when I pulled it, this is not physical beauty. I mean, it could be, but this is about the beauty of life, being grateful for the beautiful things in life, beautiful for the hot shower, beautiful for the beautiful leaves, the changing leaves outside, grateful for your beautiful fur kid or grandkids, or beautiful to watch two human interactions at the grocery store. Okay, that is what came to me with this beauty, not the stereotypical beauty. If you know what I mean. Carol says it is great. Ashley is awesome. Oh, thank you, Carol. All right, everybody, that's all I got for today. I talked too long as usual. I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful weekend, and a wonderful start to November. I can't believe it's already here. So have a great one, and I will see you all either Thursday in group or next Saturday. All right, everybody, have a good one.